Welcome back.
Welcome back to Two Tabs Open.
I'm Josiah.
I'm Sophia.
And where were we?
Well, I was... This is part 2. Different episode.
Different episode.
Same spot.
Yeah.
Same time.
Same homies.
Same book we're reading out of.
Yeah. For your pleasure.
True. Where I was gonna leave off was that I don't know if I ever told you this. Well, first of all, I believe in mermaids.
Okay. Yeah. No, dude, I remember that one time when I think it was Discovery Channel. They were like, mermaids are real. And there's this video of this mermaid. And I was like, oh, dude, they're so real.
They're so freaking real, dude.
I was like, oh my gosh.
Now listen, okay?
Okay, well.
Why wouldn't they be real? I don't think they're like aerial. I think they look like probably like sirens. They have webbed hands. They probably have like scales. Scales everywhere. And they have like... You guys okay what I'm saying? Like the ears.
They audibly can visualize. Ears, yeah.
Kind of look like webs too, the ears.
Hey, so you gotta think about the people who are just listening to this also.
You're right. Okay, so what I'm putting...
Sophie's putting her hands.
I'm putting my hands
on
my face next to my ears, and like you know what I'm talking about? Like the ears, they would look webbed, but they would be wide.
Nope.
Okay, someone out there's got to know what I'm talking
someone
about.
knows. Yeah.
Someone's got to understand. Do you know what I mean? But I think they're real. I don't know if they're friendly. I don't know if they're friend or foe. But I think they're real. And I think they're mythical. I mean, magical. Mythical, but I think they're magical.
Now, what's your take? You think magic ever existed, or was that just silly?
I don't know from Christian perspective.
You think Jesus was just a straight-up wizard?
Okay, can I finish my sentence?
Hit it, Sophie.
I don't know from a Christian perspective if... So, I don't know if in the Bible it says either not to believe in magic or don't mess with magic.
I think it says that. I think it says witchcraft.
No, it specifically says in one, like during the Egypt,
right,
like Moses' time,
Bible app.
where it was like, does it say, I don't know if it says, okay.
So Sophie currently...
What does the Bible say about magic? Let's see what it says.
Hit him with the Google search.
Forbids magic and sorcery.
All right.
So I don't think it says that it's not real.
It just forbids it.
It just is like, hey, don't do that.
So that's fascinating.
Yeah. I mean, that's at least what AI says. God tells us not to practice magic or forms of witchcraft.
Yeah, I've always understood it as witchcraft, which I guess is kind of the same.
I did.
I'm sick, dude. You're on it.
Did I? I don't know. I set it up. I don't know if I pressed play. I didn't. Okay.
Okay.
Might run a little fast. Or a little long this time. Anyways.
We're at 3 minutes. 40 seconds.
So no, I believe in magic. I think I've always believed in magic. Even if the Bible said it's not real.
Okay.
I think I probably...
You know what
I would believe in a form. Not like... You know how like... Okay. I don't believe in crystals.
Yeah.
But I believe that they do hold a power if you give them it.
Okay. I am curious how that kind of intersects with like items that have been prayed over. If like it's a blessed thing or like holy water, you know, that would be interesting. This is when we need Dad.
True.
The dude that has his master's
But
degree
we're just like...
We're just some
talking.
silly, goofy goobers.
Holy water. What does holy water do?
So, you know Dad's actually put holy water over our house?
Yeah.
You know that's why people think our house has a warm feeling to
I know that he has like shunned things out and been like, be gone. But what does holy water do? And does it... You know how like people, if they go ghost hunting, they'll bring like holy water and like water guns?
Yeah.
I really want to know, like, what happens. Because, I mean, let's think of this logistically. If we saw it, like, a demon, okay, and we shot it with holy water, what happens? truly what happens.
Allegedly, it starts burning. It goes and starts writhing with pain. Sorry, I'm choking.
It starts burning.
No, literally, that's kind of why I alluded to that as like one of my fears, like genuinely still, because I used to be afraid of aliens. those things. Are
Okay, do you believe in aliens?
No,
you don't.
Mm-mm.
Not at all.
Mm-mm.
You think we're it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I do. Something about me, I'm very whimsical. I don't know if you know this. Mm-hmm. Maybe you do. But I believe in the Force. Being dead serious
Star
right
Wars
now.
World out here.
Not in like how like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
they can move giant boulders. I believe, okay, you know how like Moses parted the sea because God gave him the power to?
Dude, that'd be kind of sick if bros just...
Tell me that isn't the Force. Tell me Moses didn't do the Force with that.
Right. Well, that's what
because he did. He did.
Is that just not magic?
It's God magic.
It's life force energy. Whatever.
The Force is magic, but it's... Force. But I believe in the God Force magic. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm saying here?
Well,
you might think I'm crazy.
No,
you might think I'm crazy.
You're so not crazy.
But also, okay, the other day I was in the bath and I lit a candle. Guess what I did? Airbended.
Okay.
I went, okay, for the audio listeners, you're going to have no idea what I'm doing for a second here. I went, going to move the mic out for a second. You're not going to be able to hear me.
Hey.
And it almost blew out.
So, that might have just been you waving your hands at it.
True. What is airbending? No. I stirred up the air, okay? I originally did just push, okay? Mm-hmm. I did just push. Mm-hmm. And then it went like...
You don't think you hit him with a fan maneuver?
It originally... And then the flame went like this, ready?
Right.
It went like... When I went like... Okay.
It's because it felt it.
Stirred it up.
Yeah.
I got more power. I got more wind.
I don't think...
Pushed it at the flame. And you know what it did? You want to know what it did?
With your hands.
It didn't blow out, but it went way more down. Okay?
Okay.
Tell me that isn't airbending.
I mean, that is... Okay, so if you use, like, a Japanese fan to blow wind upon yourself, is that airbending to you? It's just...
A form.
Okay, so aerodynamics is airbending. Quite literally in its definition.
Am I wrong?
Okay.
Are fans not airbending?
They are, but here is...
Are planes not airbending?
They are also. But what I'm saying is...
Why can't I? I can. I did last night. You did. I literally did last night.
But you're not throwing them with
I'm not throwing
magic.
A tornado, but I'm saying I could.
Yeah, you can manipulate air.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And could I manipulate water? I don't think it to the degree I can.
Okay.
Yeah. I can't actually make a swirl. We can't make swirls. Mm-hmm. I don't know why I'm saying as if no one else could also do this.
I've never went.
Hey.
For anyone listening, I just made a silly little
like imagine a fish.
maneuver with my hand. If you were to salmon someone's pits. Okay, I don't know if that's a commonly known thing. Okay. So,
what?
You know, it's called, or you trout someone, that's probably more referred. So you go in like between a leg, you go like, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. That's called something. It's called trouting or some sort of fish. Because you're just fishing in between their like legs or like their pits or something of that sort.
I do that all the time.
You didn't know what it was called?
No, I just thought it was called like flailing around.
You probably are for what? That was something else. For anyone wondering, she just floundered herself.
Flounder. Back to mermaids. Not back to. We're cutting it. What? So, anyways, I believe in airbending. Okay. A little less on water bending. I believe in the Force with God's will. Okay. Yeah.
God's blessing.
I believe in mermaids 100%. I also believe in aliens. I don't think we're alone.
Right.
Because what's going on?
I think.
Could you explain to me how aliens wouldn't be
okay?
real?
Well, even the likelihood of life existing is so, like, I don't think it's nominal, but like it's so low that the fact that we exist within a very sweet and perfect haven spot in our solar system, with the solar system that we have, with the planets that are within our solar system that we're not constantly getting bombarded by meteors. I don't know. There's a lot that goes into like the science behind that, but also like
I do think true, but I like to look at it from a belief standpoint. Okay, if I was God, I'm not God, right? Okay,
you make different factions.
He knows best, obviously. But if I was God, I would like to like change channels. You know what I'm saying here? I would like to
here's
like
my question,
change
then.
planets.
Do you think he made aliens also in his image?
Well, what's his image?
Us, human beings.
True, but he's like too perfect to see that we don't really know what he looks like.
Well,
so what if aliens?
Don't know what he looks like specifically in form, aside from our shape in general.
Well, exactly. So aliens could have the same shape of us, but they might not have the same color. They could be purple. Does God have nipples? We don't know.
Well, he made us from dirt, and I guess. Well,
does God have nipples?
Dude, I think.
Does he have a penis or a vagina or both?
It'd be really funny. He's like, just spite. He's like, here, you guys all have nipples
for fun, and you're gonna be so confused about it.
He's like, I don't know why I have nipples, but.
And our mom.
What does our mom think?
So if you were to ask my mom, why do men have nipples? She says, well, they would feed the animals.
This is the most insane take.
What are you talking about?
Guys,
well,
we'll have her on.
Eve fed the human babies. But how would the baby mammals get fed if there was no mama and dada?
Animals. There was 2 pairs of everything.
Adam could help out by and then she thinks that the curse happened and then men, they got their ability to lactate taken away.
I don't think dudes have ever had boobs or
maybe they didn't have boobs, but they, I don't know,
ability to lactate. I mean,
listen, I'm not saying she's crazy.
They can under stress.
I'm not saying she's crazy. I think she's onto something.
Get it. What? Good Lord. Hey, so the mic has decided to...
So, while he's doing that, I'm just going to chit-chat here. I don't think Mama Goose is crazy on this one. I would like to hear a more in-depth reason behind it, but, she's definitely not crazy. I think she brings up a valid point. Why do men have nipples? Scientifically, you know what I mean? They say it's because the fetus in utero it's not a boy or girl yet. Or it is a girl automatically, like its chromosomes are like female. And so it has nipples. But then at some point the chromosome will change.
Okay, I'm good.
Are you?
I'm just so happy this broke.
Do you want my hydro to put
I'm just gonna be this guy. Holding it.
Just holding it. Now that's from a scientific standpoint. Right. What about from a biblical standpoint? Why do men have nipples? I think she makes a great point. Maybe they did feed something.
But still,
I don't know why it would be like cows. Like sheep. I don't know.
I feel like the other animals would feed their children. Like, okay, because there's 2 men and women.
True.
I feel like there was
also 2 of every kind.
Spanned that between breeds, or species. I don't think that was an exclusive. It is weird to think that we drink cow's milk, though. I don't really see any other examples of other species.
Did you know that that's a mutation that humans have? We're not supposed to. Why people who are lactose intolerant are they're normal. Like, we're not supposed to be able to drink milk. It's supposed to hurt us. We're supposed to, at some point, get off milk. The people who aren't lactose intolerant are mutated.
Freaks.
They're a form of mutation.
That's me. I do enjoy milk.
So we're going to be that. Why?
Well, mainly for cereal.
It's just
I like it in my coffee, but sometimes it makes my belly hurt. You do lose your tolerance to it, but you can build it back up.
True.
I'm trying not to cause disturbance in the force.
The force.
But yeah, dude, lay me on another question.
Oh, yeah. Do you have a calling?
Oh, man. So, generally, I think it's to serve people.
Okay. Servius King.
In the best way I can.
Oh my gosh, it's like your name. Josiah, like the king.
Yeah. Oh, I just smacked my mic. But generally, I like to help children. Mainly, I found that out when I was doing HVAC so long ago. It wasn't that long ago.
It's like
but
a year.
When I was working on the schools, I thought it was cool being like the dudes on the roof and the children being like, "What is that? Oh my gosh, there's dudes up there." And then you get waved at by them and you're like, dude, this is so cool.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's probably cooler if you were like a firefighter or something. But even at like just a base level,
Like career
just
day,
making sure
when
that
they would like
the air conditioning worked, they were like, "Thank you." And I'm like, dude, I caught you. Don't worry about it. But even like the youth group was cool too. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I've just seen that example. And so I'm like, okay. But I also want to be a dad. So there's that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I don't know. What do you think I've generally been good at? Or what do you think I should be called to?
Well, I remember one time Pastor Jeff said you should be pastor or go into ministry. He didn't say pastor, but he said ministry.
Which Jeff?
Pastor Jeff.
Oh,
from
yeah, wait,
camp.
no, I just talked to him on Instagram. JK.
Hey, Jeff.
Hey, Jeff. Dude's got a new merch line out.
He has merch? That's not...
It's...
Does Damien also have merch?
I mean, he's got, like, his Holly Glory
He has
stuff.
his Hall Glory.
He just
say
made,
that
like,
still.
hoodies and
I still say that.
shirts,
Hall
I think.
Glory.
Dude,
Hall Glory.
I have that on
Let's bring it back.
a water bottle somewhere. That was a cool sticker. It's very
Hallelujah and glory together.
Holly Glory.
Hall Glory.
It's a good one.
It's a good one.
But yeah, what were you saying? You think I should be a pastor?
No, but just like ministry. I do think you are good at serving. You're good
I
at
enjoy it.
helping people.
Doing my work. Dude, honestly, that's why I'm like, dude, youth group and doing sound. I'm so sorry. I keep smacking the mic. But I think, yeah, that's where at least my spot is as far as the church and helping out. I like being the big bro for all the little homies that are like, dude, how the heck do I navigate life?
You are literally a big bro.
I am, for real.
You are the oldest.
Oldest, literally of the youngest generation within the church, too. Because, like, no one in my age bracket goes to our church.
I guess true.
So, like, yeah, that's also why it's pretty hard to date. I live in a town full of families. Unless I go to Tucson.
Old. Yeah.
Like, everyone's got children or are old.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think how many of my friends from high school have kids now, though.
3 people that I've graduated with are pregnant or have had kids.
Yeah. That's insane.
Already.
That's higher
The
than
new year just started.
And Gen
We
Beta.
graduated.
Gen Beta babies. There you go.
I graduated May 2024.
That's crazy.
Their children are going to be betas. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Beta.
Their children are going to be betas. That's so funny to say.
Yeah, I'm going to make fun of my own
Dude,
children.
you're actually a beta.
Dude, you are silly.
That's so stupid. Why did they do that?
Because it was Alpha, Gen Z, Gen Alpha.
Who comes
Gen
up
Beta.
with these?
Is the
I don't
next one
know.
Sigma?
That's not a thing.
Yes, it is.
That's not what they do for S. There's Alpha, Beta, Charlie Delta. But okay.
I guess you're right, but in wolves there is a sigma.
Okay. I don't think sigma's a real word. That's a made
no.
There's a sigma. No, okay, so alpha.
Gen Sigma.
If we're going into like just the Chads of the world. If
the loners.
we're going into like code. So you know where
loners.
alpha and beta came from? Legitimately is from
like a
coding.
yeah.
Like product.
Yeah.
It starts off with the alpha phase of development, and then it goes into beta, and that's when it's kind of more fleshed out. And then they can go into like early access or just full launch from that point. And so, yeah, that's my knowledge of that name scheme. Gen Z, I really don't understand. I guess it's just because it's the start of the...
Dang it.
Oh, what's the word? It's not the millennium. Century. It's the century because it was the 2000. What are you looking at? There, bucko.
It's not a scientific term.
No, it's not.
But neither is alpha, beta, omega.
No, some science dudes made that up for wolves.
Yeah. So yes,
And then
it is a real wolf term, but it's
Right.
not an actual like scientific term.
And now some bros on the internet, I'm like, just use that all the time.
Gotta be Sigma.
It's just like, what in the world, dude?
Yeah. Anyways, ask me what's my calling.
What, Sophie? What is your calling?
Well, let me tell you, Saya. Since you so generously thought of asking me the question too.
Force course.
Overall, I want to be a teacher, but I don't think that's my calling. I think my calling is to just be with children.
You're gonna just be a mom, straight up.
Yeah, no, when I was a child, I just wanted to be a mommy. Just be a mommy. But, like, I think a teacher, good fit, because I would literally just be with kids 24/7.
Yeah. I'm gonna mute my mic real quick and then take this off.
Okay.
Carry it, so.
All right, guys. Let me do another topic real quick, because now I'm on the spot. Ooh, would you ever steal to provide for your family? Now, listen. Oh, because I have morals, and I don't think stealing is right. Do I judge those who steal? Not really. No, because I don't really judge anyone. But in the zombie apocalypse, you gotta fight, okay? I am stealing everything in the zombie apocalypse, okay? Not... Is it working?
No. Technical difficulties.
So anyways, whoopsie. Steal from like a family, or like I wouldn't like break into was there. Do you know what I mean? If I'm saying if it's abandoned, I'm taking it. Okay.
Right.
I ain't gonna be.
I'm back.
You're back? Okay, cool. I ain't gonna be one of those people that are like. I'm not gonna be like a raider or like. Actually, I will be a raider, but if no one's there, and I'm not gonna kill you if you are there, type of like zombie apocalypse person. But I also think if I was in the zombie apocalypse, I would literally kill myself day one, just because I wouldn't want to deal with it.
Dude, Jonah would not make it.
No. But if I didn't kill myself, I do think that I would last a long time in the zombie apocalypse.
I think I'd be okay in a
just
zombie
because
apocalypse.
I know how to stay calm.
Yeah.
Which I think is
sure.
key.
Mm-hmm.
Key. You freak out. You cause a panic. Zombies are going to find you.
What would you do if you lived in the Quiet Place universe? That also just died. The
light?
The light.
Or not your phone?
No, the phone's
the
fine.
light. Okay, cool.
It's a little battery on that guy's dead.
Right.
Hopefully. I think.
Would you ask me what I do in a quiet place?
Yeah.
Dude, I've always thought about this. How loud can you fart?
I think you could realistically, dude, you'd have to like sit on a pillow.
I remember, film theory, like Matt Pat?
Mm-hmm.
He did a film theory on this, and he came up with the conclusion that at 60 decibels is when they can hear you.
Well, that makes sense, but okay, so...
But 60 decibels is like what we're talking at.
Yeah.
Roughly.
Like wind would generally be fine, but...
Yeah. You gotta fart somewhere windy. On a windy day.
Go fart at the
Well, also thinking like pooping. Pee?
Oh my god.
Pee?
Dude, I don't know how they had a child.
Like birth or...
Either. I mean, I know how they had a child.
I just don't understand, like, how
does that happen?
How did they make a baby?
No. That's not a mystery.
I don't know. Listen. I just feel like living in a quiet place would be so hard. I think, like, have you ever seen Bird Box?
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be way easier.
Bird Box? Okay. I think that's just demonic. Like, that's such a crazy world. They made a new one. Recently.
I low-key want to watch it.
You haven't seen it?
No. Have you?
We could watch it later.
Dude, let's freaking go.
Let's do it.
Is it good? Because I heard they added like new abilities to the creature.
What could they do before?
You just couldn't see it. If you looked at it, you died.
Right.
Or you killed yourself.
Yeah.
But I saw in the trailer.
In
the trailer, it can it makes things float.
Okay, it can do that. Also, it can control people.
Is that why the people?
Wait, no, they can do that in the first one, right?
Oh, well, I didn't know that was like control. I thought that was.
Like
I guess that makes sense that
hypnotism?
it's control. Yeah.
It's. There's like a whole faction of them. I don't want to spoil it, so I'm not going to say a lot more. But
for those of you at home, don't spoil it for them. I'm not like that. Where I'm like, doctor. I like spoilers.
I mean, it's been out for a couple of years.
Okay, good.
Well, has it?
I have no. I think it came out 2023.
Yeah.
Because I literally looked this up yesterday. I think it came out 2023. I rewatched The Last of Us 2. Love The Last of Us, where it's the like.
Oh. I know the game.
It's
I've not watched the show.
You haven't watched the show?
Mm-mm.
So good. So good.
So good.
You need to watch it.
Okay.
You'd actually really like it.
Let's do it.
And I've watched it before, but I rewatched it because I just love apocalypse movies. I love dystopian. I love.
You do. That makes sense. I miss the era. What was it, like 2012 to 18, where like Maze Runner, the Hunger Games, like those were all really
Harry
fun
Potter.
to
That's
watch.
like, it's not dystopian, but it was just like a franchise.
For sure.
Divergent.
Yep.
Yeah.
The amount of people that got the 4 tattoos, I probably would have been.
The 4 tattoos?
Do you remember the character 4?
Oh, yeah.
I watched him.
I've only seen one Divergent
in a recent
movie.
Thing on Netflix. I'm trying to remember.
Is it How It Ends?
No, I watched it with. I showed Dad it. It's the really funny one where they're in like. It's a bunch of British actors.
They're British. Oh, mate, it's absolutely mental.
So the plot of the show that they're in is.
The plot of the show that they're in.
Brother.
Sister.
Or sister.
He always calls me brother because I call him brother.
Yeah.
Brother.
What is it called? So the main guy is part of a like wealthy family, and then his dad is dying, and then he inherits the entire like castle or manor or whatever. But the way he's making his money is he's running like a secret drug farm under one of his like cattle things, and he's kind of in cahoots with the main dealers of it, and then he gets kind of sapped into that business, and then he ends up kind of liking her, and it's a good show.
It's a good
It's funny. I think it's genuinely such a funny. It's like good cinematography.
Yeah.
I will find it because I think you might like it.
Okay, cool. Is it a series?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
On the old Netflix.
Fire.
Waiting for season 2 to come out.
Pause. Have you ever heard me go Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Many times.
Because, like, that's, like, a new, like, tick that I have.
Really?
I say tick. I don't have Tourette's, but, like, I get, like, these, like...
They're definitely spasms.
I forget what it is. It's, like, neurodivergent. Sometimes...
It's a stim.
Yeah. People with, like, Tourette's, like, if they go, like... Meh. And if you do that, it'll, like, trigger them to do it, okay?
I watched a video of two people with it, but one dude was the Uber driver, and so they're both just going, meow! Like, it's just like, what is happening?
So that also happens with, like, autistic or, like, neurodivergent people, is, like, if you say one of, like, their stems, they won't stop saying it. And that happens to me so often. Like, if someone goes, pumpkin, I won't stop saying it for, like, a while.
I feel like I unintentionally just join in when you or someone
Well,
else
that's because our
does
whole
that.
family is special.
That's true, but I don't think I genuinely have something that like triggers me to say.
I have so many triggers that like I won't stop.
Catchy, but I don't know.
But I also make so many where I'm like, oh, that's one of my new ones. That one, if you are confused,
pufferfish?
If you're confused by it, it means like it hit the spot.
Oh,
that's what it means. Like if you said something that was like fire, I'd go, oh, like speak king. That's like what I'm saying.
Okay.
Or like if like you were like massaging and like you found the knot. Oh.
Nice. Okay. Yeah.
That's what it means. It's like, yes, hit the spot.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand.
You get it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool. I'm glad we're on the same page.
You know, this conversation or this topic specifically made me think of the tier list that you were talking about with me and Dad. I don't know if you want to share that, but that was really funny.
I don't know the age of our audio listeners.
We can keep it appropriate, but it's
okay. I am going to give this to you. Okay.
Yep. Drop the
you rank
blessing.
It for yourself.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you my ranking. He's not going to tell you his ranking. I'm just going to give you the ranking. Okay. Mm-hmm. Not in order. Just rank them. Okay.
Yeah.
Water, peeing, farting, pooping, lovemaking. What is the best feeling out of all of those?
Let me tell you, ours differ.
And mine is a hot normal. Take. Let's say that. Okay. Hot.
Granted, you haven't experienced one.
True. But I think I've explained to you my top, and I just think we're on a different level. I think everyone's ranking is going to be different.
We'll come back to you with this when you get married.
That's what they all say, but I think my answer is going to be the same.
Mm-mm.
It will go higher for sure. I don't think it'll be number one.
Is it bottom? I'm trying to remember.
It's not bottom.
What did you put as bottom?
Probably like farting, because sometimes farting doesn't feel good. Sometimes
I don't even remember what I said.
Sometimes it's like...
Wait.
Sometimes farting's like scary.
It's farting, pooping, peeing.
That are my order or just all of them?
All of them.
Okay.
Farting, pooping, drinking.
Farting, pooping, peeing.
No, not drinking.
Drinking water, specifically.
You said water.
Just bathing. Honestly, though, like, if you're really dirty and you...
Dude, a good... Okay.
Or, like, if you just got out of, like, a depressive episode,
dude,
and, like...
And
you finally are bathing for the first time, that is a great feeling. But specifically drinking water, okay, I think is...
Agreed.
Good feeling for someone who's really dehydrated.
Here's the thing, though. You aren't super hydrated.
That's what I'm saying. Okay. Everyone's list is different. Okay.
Your top list is drinking water.
That is my top. I guess we'll come out and say this. My top favorite feeling is drinking water out of all those ranking lists.
Which is so funny.
And so...
Yeah.
I just think it's one of the best feelings ever. And I would love to
You need it for sure. But
there's not
even-
really like comments on this, but just give it some thought.
Yeah.
Give it
we'll,
some
we'll
thought.
set a poll.
What?
I can make a poll, actually. What's your favorite
For the
thing?
10 people listening total,
Shout out.
give us your poll answers.
That'll be good.
Anyways, I'm going to circle back to what I wanted to talk about
Mm-hmm.
earlier, which was The Last of Us. Specifically, there is a scene,
Mm-hmm.
without a doubt, will make me cry every time.
What scene?
And I don't cry at movies or shows. I rarely ever cry.
Just sounded like Loki there.
Look how
Just peeking out the wazoo. Stop. It's just a brick.
it's just a
Oh. That one's gonna need to be turned down a little bit.
sorry. There's a scene, and I don't know why dad and daughter stuff always like gets me. And I don't know why. Couldn't explain to you. I have an amazing father. I think that's why it gets me.
Dude, literally, I think in the middle of college, I watched a movie where like a dad and his son were like finally reuniting or something. And maybe that was just me in my isolated state, but like without my family, and I was like,
I don't know what it is. I mean, I don't want to spoil it for you, but they're basically just like, there's a moment
I start crying.
where like, you've played the game,
What's
Last of Us.
I haven't played it. I know.
Oh, you
Jonah
just
has.
know of it? Okay.
Yeah.
So like the main character, Ellie, she is immune to being
She's got that
infected by
She's got that dog in her.
by the infected. They call them the infected.
Doesn't she like? Okay, wait, no, because in the show they need her blood and they're trying to like transfer it across to get it. Like,
They don't know if
mass-produced.
it's her blood specifically, but they just know that like
This human's got the key.
that like she is gonna help us figure out how.
Right, right.
Okay. So, anyways, there's a scene where basically he's like, "I'm not your dad. You're not my daughter."
No idea. Yeah.
Okay, and she says something like, "You're the only person that hasn't ever left me."
Oofed.
Yeah.
That hits hard, don't it?
And he kind of just like goes silent. She's like screaming at him, and like every time I watch it, I just like cry, and I couldn't explain to you why. I think I actually could if I think really hard about this. I think it's because I love my dad so much, and I have such a good dad that I get so sad thinking about like that's what women have to go through who don't have a dad. Yeah. Like it makes me so sad.
I'm trying to be that good a dad, you know?
Yeah.
It's
I'm trying to be that good of a mom.
trying to be what the standard of our parents are is quite the task.
It's quite the task. Yeah. So every like daddy daughter, I'm just like anything with dads and moms. If I see like a movie that's like a hardworking mom,
Yeah.
single mom, I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I'm so sorry. Like such an empath over here.
Hopefully that's not audible.
Wait, do it again. It's like a
Okay.
little bit.
It's really tiny.
It's really tiny.
I'm playing with the... So, let me explain what this item is. So, I was gifted a set of 50 magnetic stretchy hands. By my lovely cousin Derek.
Shout out, Derek.
Shout out Derek.
Does he watch
does
this?
Listen. I just sent it to him.
Oh my gosh, Derek.
But right, they're cable management things basically, but they're
Really?
magnetic. Yeah.
I thought they were just for fun. That makes way more sense
Yeah.
if they have a use.
Because
Being
I don't
50
know how that
of
would be a product,
Yeah.
but they're really like fidgety
Yeah.
because you can stretch them and they're magnetic.
No, they're super good.
So you can like do a whole lot. But I had all of them connected at one point in just a big blob.
Just a lot of hands.
It was great. It was like a chain of monkeys.
It was like so much hand holding.
Yeah. Anyway, that's what I'm playing with. What were you saying? You're gonna hit me with another question?
I was trying to see if I had any more prepared. I don't know if I did.
Oh. I mean, that's okay.
Ooh.
Ooh, she says. But yeah, okay, Sophie, what is your thoughts on me and Jordan doing this? Like, Do you think we'll be successful if we can freaking upload enough episodes, brother?
What do you determine as successful?
So successful to me is just making a product and getting any semblance. Like, okay, just going through the process of making something like this was super fun. It was definitely fixation, but
okay,
it was a fun thing to do with a buddy.
You aren't viewing success as like monthly listeners?
No, because we haven't even built an audience to even that degree.
No, I know. So then,
okay, right now it's just building a format that works and figuring that out. So that's right now the current goal, and really just trying to like market it in whatever way we can. So we're trying video. I'm gonna go through and make clips and post that on the internet and try to generate some traffic.
Yeah.
However that goes. So if I were to have a business management degree, that would be helpful. But
you're asking me my thoughts?
Yeah. So how many people do you think would actually listen to something like this?
I have zero clue. Because honestly,
do you ever listen
there
to podcasts?
are so many podcasts of just two dudes talking.
This is true. And this is why I enjoy having you here. Because you are a fresh voice.
A fresh womanly voice.
But
I think there's so many people that are like, dude, let's just make a podcast because we are so funny it would blow up.
See, I don't think me and Jordan thought that we were funny off rip. Just to that sheer degree. But I was like, we have good banter between ourselves just because we've been friends for so long and we can just talk. Like, me and Jordan can talk like we can talk. That's not always the case.
I think it depends who. Personally, what I like podcast wise, the only podcast I listen to is Brittany Broski.
Oh,
the Broski Report.
Yeah.
I used to listen to Cody Ko.
R.I.P. Actually, never mind.
He's not dead.
But
he's just not around anymore.
Yeah, he got
for
for sure.
being
a silly,
not a very good dude.
Yeah, that situation's actually crazy.
Like wild. So heartbreaking.
Early days of the YouTube.
So heartbreaking for me. Love Cody Ko. Love him. So heartbreaking.
Dude, I feel bad for his wife.
I think
I don't know.
if you were in her situation, I'm a very me.
Yeah.
I would be like, hon, you did that 6 years ago. You have a wife.
But that was even.
But I don't think it excuses it. No. But I don't think I would divorce him over it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's.
I think it's a tough situation, and I think they're probably.
It sucks that he made such a good career, and then.
People will be people.
Yeah, it's crazy.
People will be people.
Yeah, so don't get canceled.
Humans at their core are rotten.
Oh, that's aggressive.
The Bible says we're born rotten.
This is true. I agree. But I don't know. I'm an optimist, generally. Jordan's the pessimist.
I'm also an optimist, but I'm very...
You can see the dark in the peeps.
I think I'm a pessimist, but I don't let that stop me from believing that there's good.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
I feel like I wish Jordan had that inside.
I think I just like to be like rational or like very like realistic of like, okay, this person is not, even if they were the like Mother Teresa saint, like I would still be like, okay, but they're a person born rotten. So I don't like to think of it as like pessimistic, but like I like to think of it.
You don't know everyone's character.
I like to think of it as like, okay, this person is flawed no matter what. Yeah. That doesn't mean they're bad. That just means that they are a human.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Set them to a human standard.
Yeah. But my human standard is that we will make mistakes and we will be ultimately bad.
Right.
Or we will live by the flesh.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
By our instinct.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I like to be optimistic of like, you can choose not to do that.
Right.
Of course. You know, you can be the best you can be.
Mm-hmm.
But the best you can be is only human.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying here?
I do.
You know what I'm saying here. What was the question, though?
No.
Could we ever...
No idea.
Could we ever, like, stay on topic?
Dude, it's... Okay.
Oh, it was about podcasts. My thoughts on... I think every person thinks that they can make a successful podcast.
Genuinely, I was like, we really don't sound that much different than any other podcast.
No.
So what our ability to be successful is just about as equal. So...
No, but I think if...
I mean, we're coming at it fresh. Like, we don't have a following already.
I wouldn't say that there's no ability that this could be successful.
I know. Well, it's how much effort we put into it. And that's kind of why I'm, like, genuinely trying to go hard.
Yeah, I know.
As much as I can, reasonably.
I know.
Budget-wise.
You know, I'll happy to be a guest.
If we don't have our equipment break.
I think this is fun. You know what I'm saying?
I think it is, too.
It's
like,
a fun,
super chill.
Fun thing to do. Expensive thing to do.
Not
Time-consuming thing to do.
Time, sure. But, I mean, here's why it works for me and Jordan. We're both kind of going into our next phase of life.
J&J.
J&J. And, right now we're kind of just cooking with freedom. I just smacked the mic. Sorry.
I feel like the mic, it's like quiet.
Is it?
Do you see how it's like been quiet?
Oh.
For a while?
Well, it's probably because...
You'll fix it probably in post. But...
Yeah, no, I probably just haven't been... I've been pretty far away from the mic. Yeah, so that's the issue.
It's okay.
My arm broke. So, not my physical arm. I'm currently holding the mic. The stand that we had broke the other day. Jordan hit him with a adjustment maneuver and the bearing inside.
Sometimes he's a little aggressive.
He's a little...
Sometimes he likes to be a little aggressive.
Dude, he's a big, strong man.
He's a big, strong army guy.
Yeah. And
I also have another question whenever you're ready.
Yeah,
okay?
Hit it.
Thoughts on the death penalty?
You know, back in the Wild West...
Okay.
They didn't need
Starting
the death
off strong.
penalty, you know?
What are you talking about?
Men sorted out their issues with guns. And if someone wronged someone, if someone committed heinous acts, there was a bounty for their dang head. Okay? They were wanted for murder. And then not for murder, but they were going to get killed. And people were going to get money for it. And that was kind of cool. But now, it's like, oh no, I did a bad thing. You're not really wanted anymore unless you're, like, on trial for something. Did you hear that too?
Do you see how quiet you are?
Oh, am I actually? Shoot. I
didn't hear anything.
Outside. The belly button piercing.
Can they see me?
I don't know. It would be really funny.
Hey guys.
How do you like your belly button piercing so far?
I love my belly button piercing so much. It gives me I like to be bedazzled.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I like to have as much jewelry on as possible just because I think it's pretty.
Yeah.
I like to be bedazzled.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you my thoughts on death penalty.
Okay.
Since you asked me.
Yeah. Hey, Soph, what's your thoughts on the death penalty?
So, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for asking. I personally don't like it.
Okay. Why do you... Okay.
Because...
For the most insane individuals in the world.
Now, okay.
Terrorists.
This is where it's hard. This is where...
Rapists.
I think the only time when I would say death is okay is if it's protection.
Yeah.
Okay. And so there I think the death penalty is okay because there is a thing of like, okay, this person is a killer. He killed my family, whatever. I don't want him potentially to ever break out of a jail or have the potential of being released. And even if he had like a 100-year sentence, do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't ever want him to have the ability to be free.
No. Yeah.
I do understand from the protection standpoint of that.
Okay.
But where I think it's hard is who are we to decide who gets to live and die?
Well, you know, we do is the reality. And we either send them to jail and they just live there contained. But the other issue with that is the jails are getting pretty full. And I don't know. I don't really have a super
More
nickname.
jail.
Bro, I was almost not a corrections officer, but I almost worked for the jail.
That'd be sick.
That would be
I
depressing.
wanted, when I was like 13, I wanted to be a prison therapist.
That'd be kind of cool.
You want to hear my jobs that I wanted to do?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so when I was like 7, I wanted to be a veterinarian.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
For the little puppies.
For puppies, yeah. Veterinarian or veteran?
Veterinarian.
Veterinarian? Vet.
Yeah.
Veterinarian.
Vetra.
Then I didn't really know what I wanted to do.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
From ages from like 7 to like
I really hope I'm in frame.
12. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I turned 13 and I was like, dude, I want to be a prison therapist. Okay. Then I hit maybe like 14, 15, and I wanted to be a mortician.
You wanted to work for the morgue? What is a mortician?
Mortician is like they deal with dead bodies.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
they make
that's
them
what I'm saying.
pretty.
So,
That might be a different type of thing, but I wanted to be that.
That's,
not like a body examiner, but like you make them pretty for the casket.
You fill them up with
Yeah.
the... what is it that they fill them with? It's some sort of... Not insulin, but it's like a jelly or something.
Fluff? I don't know.
Dude, when you see a dead person in that state, it's so bizarre. Because you can just tell that their life force is gone.
You can tell dead people.
You can tell dead people... Like, you can see the soul missing.
Gone. Yeah, for sure.
It's so bizarre.
I think that's one of my like biggest like. If I didn't believe in God, I don't know how I would be able to explain.
Oh no,
death. Just of like seeing a dead person, because I've seen a dead person. You've seen a dead person.
A couple dead people.
Okay, you can tell that they're dead. There's a light. You can sense. Not even sense. You can tell a lifeless body from a sleeping body. Even if the sleeping person is like, because obviously you can be like, well, breathing, but like, no, it's not that. Like, you can tell.
Yeah.
That's something that like, I don't know how I would like think about that.
I think it's funny. This was so mean. I pretended to be super duper asleep.
With mom?
With mom. One time. Because I was just like, all right. I really
don't want to get up.
Don't want to get up. But I don't know why she's waking me up either. There was really no reason. But she just kind of checked on me. And then she's like...
I know.
She thought I was dead.
We were having lunch. Well,
I don't know
let
why.
me re-advise the story from her point of view.
Okay,
she was literally like, Josiah.
I just wasn't moving.
Josiah, wake up. Josiah. And she started shaking him violently and like hard. And then eventually he was like, what? And then revealed
that might be the ODD.
And then revealed that he was awake the entire time. He just didn't want to get up.
I just gave
and she
my
was
mom
like,
a bit of a spook.
I thought that you were dead.
I was just not responding.
On purpose.
I was just like, she wasn't that violent. She was just like, hey.
No, but she was shaking you like hard. Like you should have woken up if you were like truly asleep.
I was just like, no.
I always think it's funny, like, you can, like, touch me if I'm asleep. I won't wake up. You could, like, play, like, you could, like, move, whatever. Mm-hmm. If you turn off my fan, I'm awake.
Oh, dude. The ambient noise within our family is a must.
It's so odd.
Because, like...
we go on family vacations and we're like, where's the fan? Where's the freaking fan?
Like, I don't know if we all just run hot, but we always need that noise just to kind of cancel out the
I always
other
need the
noises.
noise. I need the air. Me and Dad were hot.
Y'all are hot running.
Yeah, Jonah too.
Oh, Jonah, for sure.
For sure. Dude.
That dude's a ball. The way he
heat.
sleeps is insane. For anyone wondering, he sleeps, so he's got twisted femurs. His legs would bend
They can go over his
inward,
head.
so he can wrap his leg around. Pretend this is my leg. My shoulder,
could, like,
right? You can, like, you know how you can touch the back? Yeah, like that.
But, like, hold
Like,
it there.
If you can
both
touch the
of
back
them.
of your neck, that's
And
where his
sometimes
foot
he
could
sleeps
be.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
With both of
Just, like, planted face first, like a donut on the
pretzel.
bed. Little pretzel. Yeah.
Pretzel's better than donut.
I can't believe I said pretzel for the longest time.
That is actually the funniest thing ever.
Like, my
And
girlfriend at the time didn't even... She tried to correct me, but that was just like, I don't know.
Did she ever... Was she like, why are you saying pretzel?
I think she said that, like, maybe once.
So when did you figure out that it was pretzel?
I don't know if she thought I was, like... I had some sort of accent, or if I was just...
Was pretzel? Or did you just want to say it pretzel?
Adopted it as pretzel. I was like, oh yeah, it's pretzel. Like, I've always spelt it correct. I've never said the pretz.
Pretzel.
I don't know why. Maybe that's the ODD. I was like, nope, it's pretzel.
It's pretzel.
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 It's prat. Not a pretz.
Pretzel.
Yep. What was it?
It was the death penalty. What's your thoughts on it? But I just don't think that, besides protection, I don't think, who am I to decide if you should live or die?
Yeah, well, okay. So what do you think about, like, the jury system? Like, okay, what about, like, the collective vote on that?
I still think that's, to me, it's just, I have a viewpoint of like, well, we're all imperfect. Mm-hmm. How could I point at you and say, well, you're worse, so you should die because your crime is worse than my crime?
Yeah, I understand that perspective.
That's
I think there's just some points where you're like, that dude's just gotta die. Like,
I do think that for me, it would be a safety. Like,
yeah,
if you could be like, dude, like, this guy is like, if we let him out, he's also a danger to the other inmates too. Do you know what I mean? Like, then I could see like
just a straight berserker.
There's a point where it's like, out of just protection, this person needs to dude is be put down like a dog. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah,
I think like, not that I'm okay with it, but I just think like that's the only time.
I understand your taking of life generally, because like it's sad when you put a dog down too.
Yeah.
And they do that for dogs when they bite people.
So sad.
That's so sad. And I mean, it's the freaking owner's fault. They taught the dog and they didn't have good control of it.
But like,
so it's just like,
it's so sad that like the owner doesn't get punishment for the dog biting.
Well, if they bite them and insurance is involved, they can kind of sue. But generally insurance just kind of deals with that.
Put the dog down because you taught it poorly? Really?
Dude, some people don't deserve to have dogs.
True.
Just like some people shouldn't have kids because they're not going to parent well or at all. And then you just have this child that has no idea what they're doing or how to navigate.
Okay, along with death penalty, what's your thoughts on euthanization?
It's kind of the same thought that we're just having, no? Or
it's like
of dog or
no,
of people. Wait,
of
what?
People. Like if I wanted,
isn't that the same? Like if I gave you the death penalty,
like
you can.
But it's like medical. So like if I wanted to kill myself, and I went to a doctor and I was like, can you like legally like kill me? And they were like, yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard of that.
You've never heard of euthanization?
Euthanizing?
It's not legal.
Euthanizing people? Yeah, no. But like, okay, so say you were in like do not resuscitate, I think is a crazy thing. Like why would you individually choose to not want to be resuscitated? Unless like you're trying to be a donor, but they only try to really donate stuff if you're in a coma or you've been like brutally mutilated. But I don't know.
Donate? Like
so your organs.
Yeah. But what do you mean? They only donate if you're in a coma or brutally
like
mutilated?
If you're not gonna live a life anymore and they give you kind of like expectancy.
Yeah.
They'll basically unplug you and let you die. Or
yeah. No, but if I like was just really depressed and I was like, hey, they were gonna do this in Canada. I don't think it was legalized, or it might be in like, or they might be making it a law where euthanization, you can't get euthanized in Canada, but like I could go to Canada if I wanted and be like, can you guys kill me?
How's house time looking?
If you wanted to. 3 minutes.
Gucci.
You mean? I don't.
We can stop it here at some point too, because we're at about an hour mark.
But we got to finish our thought here.
Yeah. So, your thought on?
I don't think. I remember I was like, I don't know why because I don't believe in killing yourself is a good choice.
Right. No,
But then I
suicide's
think,
never.
but then I
too
think
cool.
mom and dad, they said something. They were like, "Well, I wouldn't want." They said something like, "If you give the government like that power, then like you give them like more power to do other things."
Oh yeah, for sure.
Do you know
Because
what I
that's
mean?
like basically your life value, basically.
Yeah. That. So
Like,
I do think that like no, I think we should keep it as like a. No, you can't kill me even if I want to be killed.
Yeah. No, I
Just
agree.
so you know what I mean. Just so I can keep my power in my life. My life.
Yeah, for sure.
It's my life.
Well,
Well, anyways, guys.
yeah,
On a happy note, you are loved.
indeed.
You are loved. You are human.
Mhm.
I wouldn't kill you if I had to vote too.
Yeah, dude, being on a jury for something like that would be insane. But anyway, this is 2 Tabs Open. Thanks guys for coming.
Thank you so much for watching.
Have a good one.
Love ya.
Bye.